Hey everybody. Hi. Y'all can hear me? I know the routine. Let me know y'all can hear me before I get to going in. Y'all funny. Y'all do know that before I come into these lives, I'll be looking in the chat. Somebody said it's a reach, but they gonna listen anyway. Like y'all kill me as how y'all have a preconceived notion to what I'm about to say. I don't know how y'all always be thinking y'all know what I'm about to say. Cause I like to think I bring a perspective that most people ain't never even fucking paying attention to. Y'all be all preconceived about, right? What the hell I'm about to say? Y'all have all y'all assumptions. It's a reach. What am I reaching? What am I even finna say? Cause I said the bullshit at the Super Bowl. Cause y'all thought it was great. Go Super Bowl. Is that what it was? I'm not about to reach anything. I'm about to tell the goddamn truth. Somebody else, which I said, somebody else came in here and said, that if other people want to be sleep or whatever, I'm paraphrasing, if you know what the fuck that means, for the person who said it, but they were saying that if people want to be sleep, and people don't care, then why do we care? Like, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna need you, for the person who said that, go and tell that to the Christians. Because if we want to not be a Christian and we want to motherfucking live in sin and unrighteousness, as you would call it, let us do that, okay? Let us not believe in your Savior. Let us not take your cracker ass communion. You ever wonder why communion was a cracker? I don't know. I'm just saying. This things make you go, Go tell other people that. Like, at the end of the day, you don't get to come to my platform and say that, because I am here for the purposes of being pro-black and speaking to my people so that I can give you a perspective and an understanding. Now, once you have the knowledge, if you are willing to say, I don't give a fuck about what Mechee talking about, and you want to stay like willfully ignorant, then do that, right? But that's a dumb question to come over here and say, why do I care? Problem is, I probably care too goddamn much, because half the time I be speaking, y'all be upset with somebody be trying to tell y'all something. Trust and believe me, I'm tired. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate no holidays, even though I got flowers and shit today, it's because it's a regular day. I require that in my relationship. I don't know about y'all. I don't want to be a downer on your holidays, right? But even when it comes to, Valentine's, I don't do Valentine's Day either. And let me tell you why, ladies, right? Just my perspective. But I need to be with somebody who's gonna love on me all year long. I'm just saying. I'll be damned if I wait. Right. And let me throw a little pro-blackness in there for y'all, because y'all need this. Let me go be a little extreme, right? How dare you wait for the white man to tell you how to love? You even let the white man dictate to you when you love on each other. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm being a bit extreme. But listen, right? Listen to me. If your man, sisters, if they loving on you, see, this is what I require in my relationships. I don't know about y'all, but I like flowers. You have to bring me flowers all the time. I don't need a million bouquets of roses or flowers. Like 20 will be nice, but you could do that on, occasions when you want to go all out the way. But a bouquet of flowers, like, I'm gonna need that when you come over on a Tuesday in May. I'm gonna need it on a Wednesday in April. I'm gonna need it on a Sunday in March, right? So you got to love on me. We're gonna put on some lingerie. You're gonna have to get it in with me. You got to take me on dates. You're gonna have to buy me gifts, like, throughout our relationship. See, to me, Valentine's Day is one of the wackest days to go out, because everybody and their mom is out. Everybody's in the restaurant. You can't get a motherfucking seat. Everybody out there trying to put on some fake love. Niggas ain't even in love no more. Y'all about to break up, but for the sake of Valentine's Day, y'all gonna put on this red dress, take your ass somewhere, and pretend y'all loving on each other. I don't got time. So I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. But I did go out with my niece. We went and got us some gumbo and some lunch earlier. Shout out to the Lazy Crab. And we had a couple drinks and shit. And I'm tired. I've been up early today working. So I don't come here to talk to y'all because I just want to hear myself talk. So for the person saying, why do we care? I'm here because I do care, right? And I be wanting to give our people a perspective. Now, plenty of y'all, shout out to y'all. Y'all are here because you want to hear solutions. You want to hear the perspective of what's going on because we have been conditioned for so long. The truth is you don't understand when you're conditioned what's really going on. People really have to point these things out to you. Now, I was once in that position. And once you become awake, you awaken to everything. And I'm sorry to tell you, I'm going to keep telling y'all this. Being woke ruins everything for you. Like ignorance is bliss. In this situation, I never understood that saying. Like, who the fuck want to be not knowing and be dumb? That's stupid to not know something. But now I understand why ignorance is bliss. It goes hand in hand with what James Baldwin said, that to be conscious is to be in a constant state of rage. The fact that I understand what's going on, this is why I don't celebrate none of these goddamn holidays. The fact that I know what's going on, this is why I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I don't even watch TV anymore. Like all of the things, I get it, that make us a happy slave, that allow us to live in the turmoil that we live in, but make it a little bit easier for us to cope with every day. We like that sugar-coated shit because it feels good, because the truth hurts. The truth is hard. Right? Being awake is no motherfucking joke because it does take away the things in life that you thought were enjoyable until you really understood what was going on. So I get that. I get that. And people are like, oh, don't ruin us for this, Mechee. If people want to be asleep, let them be asleep. You, by all means, baby, be asleep. You can turn me off. You can listen to what I say and you can take it and bottle it up and throw it out in the motherfucking trash. You don't have to accept none of it. And that's okay. That's okay. That's on you, right? You have that choice to do so. But I think it's very ignorant, right? Since y'all say I got a big vocabulary, I could have said you dumb as fuck, but I'm gonna use another word. Y'all think I don't have a vocabulary. I think it's very ignorant of somebody to say, if folks don't understand, who cares? Just let them want to do what they want to do. That would defeat everything behind being an activist, being pro-black, people working for stuff like that's just crazy. You must don't know where you is. I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to educate and wake the people up. You don't want to be woke, you should tune out right now. Click off, unsubscribe, because I'm going to ruin your moments all the time for you. Yeah, while everybody was on Instagram yesterday, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. Everybody was on Instagram talking about how wonderful the event was. Oh my God, did you see the motherfucking halftime? It was the best event in years. I was watching all that. I was the only motherfucker on Instagram talking about, how easily we forget. I'm just ruining everybody's moment, huh? I know. It's okay. I'm used to people being mad at me. I think I was born to do this for that reason. So be mad. Bad on with your mad asses. I don't care, okay? But let's talk about the Super Bowl, y'all. Y'all do me a favor. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you have not. Hit that notification bell so when YouTube is not a hater, they'll let you know when I'm live. But also make sure you guys that you go over to the Real Mechee X and sign up for my email list if nothing else, right? Of course, the classes are over there. They're still on sale. I've been telling y'all, if you're going to celebrate for the holiday and buy somebody something, fuck them chocolates, man. They get 8, they melt, they be gone. Right? The roses die and the sex be over. Give somebody something for Valentine's Day that's really worth something. If you love them, go ahead. My classes are still on sale, for they be gone for good, and go ahead and get them. If you love somebody, start a business with them. Instead of making a baby tonight, make yourself financially stable before you go and make some babies, right? So give yourself that gift. I would think that would be pretty dope if somebody was to be like, huh, baby, I was, thinking I want you to level up in life. So I put you in this class. I want you to watch it. And when you're done, let's, I'm going to watch it too. Let's figure out together how we level the fuck up in life. That's what I'm going to need y'all to do. Because the real reason why Black people are always running around admiring everybody else, like at the Super Bowl that was drenched in blackness, is because you admire their lifestyle and you wish you could live that way. But you got to get up tomorrow and you got to go to work at the auto parts store. You got to go back to the nursing home and be that CNA that you are, right? So a lot of times you like watching these things because you live vicariously. Ooh, how is that for another vocabulary? You like vicariously living through these people because it's something you desire for yourself. So instead of desiring it, somebody said, what's your Instagram name? It's Mechee X. I'm Mechee X across the board on all my platforms, right? So learn how to level up. So you can go over to the site and you don't have to get a class or a goddamn thing. But what you can do is as soon as you go over to therealmecheex.com, there's a box that's going to pop up and it's going to say enter my email list. So just put your name in there because YouTube does not always send out the notifications, you guys. And you can get the classes if you want to too, right? CBD drop shipping or how to make money online, but you don't have to. But I do send out an email whenever I'm live. So shout out to anybody that's in here because you just got the email. So you will get a notification from Mechee, okay? But YouTube don't always send them out. So let me just throw that out there. Now that we done got folks in here, y'all coming in here fast. A lot of y'all don't celebrate Valentine's. Y'all supposed to be, let's get it on. Oh, baby. Y'all supposed to have them candle lists right now. Y'all watch Mechee? My audience is real woke. Cause y'all ain't here instead of getting it on. I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of my audience. Yes. All right, y'all. Let's have this conversation, right? So I did not watch the Super Bowl. I know a lot of you in here did not watch the Super Bowl. Because if you rock with me, we had this conversation years ago, right? Where my day ones at? Let me be clear. A lot of people said to me when I made the comment I made on Instagram last night, there were people who said things like, well, Colin Kaepernick does not even care. You know, he got his money and went on and got his deal. So why should we care about Colin Kaepernick's career if he didn't care about it? So let me be clear, okay? This is not about Colin Kaepernick. How many of you know that? I wouldn't think that I would have to explain that, but it's not about Colin. I didn't watch his career. I don't know who the fuck he was before he kneeled. I don't give a fuck. So let me give y'all the bigger perspective that I don't understand how we be missing. It's just be going over our head for real. This is not about Colin. This is about the fact that as a black man, he kneeled to bring attention to something, right? That is another sign of oppressing black people in this country, which was police brutality and the murder of black men. Okay. They thought that what he did was so disrespectful that they took everything from him. They wanted to, just like the Jews did fucking Whoopi Goldberg and Nick Cannon. They came for him and was like, no, you be a good nigga and you run these field goals and you kick this ball, whatever he do. Forgive me, I ain't watch sports, so don't be telling me I'm calling the wrong plays, whatever the fuck it's called. You know what I'm saying? They wanted him to shut up and play ball, just like they've told black people publicly to shut up and dribble, right? So they were so upset at him because of this that they did what they did. So the bigger picture here is the NFL does not give a damn about black people. Matter of fact, their approach and the way that they acted shows their racism. They were more appalled at a man kneeling against injustices than they were about the injustices that continue to happen. The NFL, you guys, which I know a lot of y'all already know this because y'all been with me for a while, and everybody came to the table, you learned plenty of stuff because this is the thing about your mind. Once a mind is open, you're constantly, and once those doors get open, you guys are, I'm sure, always grabbing for new information. Y'all email me stuff, you inbox me stuff. So I know that your brain is always on the go. So you get this stuff. You understand this, I'm sure. Shout out to most of my audience. But for those that are not, like the church folks, let's tell this story for the one lost soul tonight. Because we need black folks to get an understanding and come on one accord, all right? Can I get an amen? I know it's not Sunday. It's just Monday, though. Come on, it's just one day difference, okay? Can I get an amen? The NFL is racist as fuck. Now, Colin Kaepernick had a special that came on Netflix, did he not? I didn't watch it. But I understood that he talked about something in there that I don't need to watch him to know because I already know it's true. He talked about the racism in the NFL, did he not? Do you know that the NFL, see, this is the problem. If you don't know your history, fuck you bound to repeat it. You bound to live in that shit right the fuck now. Do you know that the examination of black men, when they come to the NFL, the way they are scrutinized by their weight, their height, their strength, and everything else, from every little lineup and measurement that they look at their body, they probably want to know if your dick is big enough. I don't know what they got to do with running. Maybe they think if it's too big, a man dingo will hold you down if you're running this play, okay? I don't know. But they examine these brothers the same way they was examined, do you not know? On the slave auctioning block. You do know that they examined slaves the same way to see if they were strong enough, if they had stamina enough, if they would be able to seem like they could impregnate enough slave women, if they could be able to carry a big load, if they could work long days in the sun, just like they slave all these damn black people. See, it's interesting to me how black people are the world's entertainment on every level, from music to movies to the sports, right? Black people are running every last one of those goddamn things. And the world is entertained by all of this. We're their entertainment. Do you not know that on the plantation, black folks have always been their entertainment? The first transgenders were on the plantation, not by will, but by force. Maybe you will understand why we have such a reluctancy to see black men that way. Because they would dress black boys up in their bucking farms, and they would dress them up in dresses. Go look up some of the old photos, and they had black boys in wigs, and they had them in white dresses and heels on. Go look. For their entertainment. How many of you know that they used to have them play games to entertain them? Not only did black people do all the cleaning, the cooking, the picking of the crops, not just cotton, they made every goddamn thing, the clothes, the contraptions. They also played instruments. They were the ones that played the violin. They were the ones that played all of the instruments. They would come and entertain them at the dinner table or while they were sitting their ass on the front porch. Black folks have always been the entertainment for this racist country. Always. And so here we are again with the same thing. And the bottom line is that the NFL tells you, just like other sports, be a good nigga, be quiet, catch this ball, and entertain. So when they came against Colin, it wasn't about Colin for me. Was it about Colin for any of y'all? I'm not understanding how confused people are by that. It's not about Colin. It's about the reaction of the NFL that shows you their racist perspective and where they stand. How many people have heard about all of the injustice in the NFL and the inequality of not having any black ownership in the NFL? But without the black players, sports would be nothing. That's what we got to start understanding. And we're going to have that conversation today. If all of the black athletes got together and said, fuck y'all tomorrow, where would sports be? For real, where y'all think sports would be? Is a white person in the house? Come on, tell me how to still be great with y'all white players and the Mexicans. Do Asians even play sports? I ain't seen an Asian run a play ever. It's Asians in sport. Where the Asians at? They all at the nail salon. Is that racist? Remember, black folks can't be racist. Shut your ass up. Where the Asian players at? But if black folks pulled out today, where the fuck would the industry be? If black folks pulled out of the music industry, where the fuck would the industry be? If black folks left the fucking movie industry, where would any of these industries be? Where? In the motherfucking trash. But that's not going to happen. Black folks is not going to get together and say, fuck all that. The Super Bowl should tell you that. But this is the problem with the NFL. They're racist. And their racist practices show in what they do, in the way they treat their players, the way that they treat ownership, or whether they allow somebody to get in or not get in. So this is not about Colin Kaepernick or whether he got his position back, or whether he moved on and got other deals and he's not broke, or whether Colin doesn't care anymore. I don't give a fuck of Colin Kaepernick. I don't even know who the fuck he was. Colin Kaepernick was not anything but something that shined a light on a situation. It is the situation that has us feeling some type of way. Do y'all understand that? For the people who keep asking that dumbass question. The next thing is, I had somebody tell me, I thought it was really funny, y'all. So I'll be covering these things just in case any of y'all feel this way, so everybody can be on. When we go into the real problem with the Super Bowl, you will have any of these dumbass things out of your mind, so you don't have to be feeling no type of way, okay, about these, so we can focus on the real issues here. So somebody said to me, well, that was years ago, Mechee. And the Super Bowl partnered with Jay-Z, and they gave plenty of money to grassroots organizations. How many of you were around when that happened? And how many of you heard the commentary that I gave on it? Somebody said they're not recruiting agents. Absolutely, Kelly. They're not recruiting agents. Without joking, let's be serious. Why aren't they recruiting Asians? Because Asians can't play sports. You know why? Because they're all little as fuck, they're frail as hell, and they're naturally not made to have a physique like black people. Black people, when they are built a different way. A lot of Asians are little as fuck, just like Mexicans is little as hell. You have exceptions to that rule, but Asians, just by default, are little ass fucking people. I don't know. I ain't seen an Asian sprint nowhere. Them niggas don't run nowhere. They can't wrestle. They don't FFC fight or nothing. I don't know. They just little as fuck. They just do nails and make fried rice. Oh shit. The Asians is gonna come for me next. This is Asian hate, right? Don't they got a bill against me saying this? I don't give a fuck. How many of y'all remember these grassroots organizations? Please tell me. So do y'all know who Jay-Z gave this money to? How many of y'all remember? Not remember. How many of y'all remember? You remember this? Let me remind you of the organizations that Jay-Z gave this money to. Grassroots. I didn't hear them come give none of that money to New Era Detroit, which has actually New Era chapters all over this damn country. New Era Chicago, Florida, your mama, your daddy, everywhere. New Era is everywhere. They are grassroots for real. Did he give them some money? Did he come and give the new Black Panthers any money? Did he give any money? Did they come give some money to Umar Johnson? Maybe he could have got that school off the ground if Jay-Z would have came and helped him, you know. I don't even know where that's at. I'm scared to ask how Dr. Umar Johnson and his school is doing. He been struggling. So all I know, last time I checked, I ain't even looking no more. We ain't even waiting on the school. Umar, we done gave up all hope. All hope is gone. We not even waiting no more with your brother. It's okay. We don't even care. All right? We done moved on. You know he gave the money to? He gave the money to. Y'all remember that organization that was run by what people? White people. See, this is a whole rabbit hole that we could continue to go down, but I don't want to be here all night because I told y'all them not Valentine's Day drinks that I had. I'm ready to go to bed. I've been up working. I done ate gumbo and shit. I got the itis. I done had a couple drinks. So I'm not going to go down this whole rabbit hole, okay? But plenty of organizations in this country, right? That say that they are for Black people are really white people. I tell y'all that all the time. They are white organizations in blackface, meaning they bring Black people to the front. They have a couple of Black people there, like Black Lives Matter. They will have Black people run it. They will bring Black people around so that you will think that this is a Black organization by its faces. But the truth is, all of the wording, all of the work that they do from behind the scenes, it's all about white people. Now, the organization that they highlighted that Jay-Z gave some of that money to is an organization with white people. Do y'all remember that? And the white lady, it's an organization where they call themselves giving Black boys a fresh start in life so that they can have more possibilities at succeeding. And this is what they do for teenage Black boys. So one of the ways they do that, do y'all remember what they were doing to those Black boys? Do y'all remember? Because I just want to know how long y'all been with me, if y'all really remember, because it's been a couple of years and we act like we forgot. What was they doing to them Black boys? Do anybody remember? Yes, Shorty Mac. They were cutting off their locks. They were. They take these Black boys in there and tell them, in order for you to move forward in life, what they were doing. So they got $500,000 from the NFL and Jay-Z. White people, in the name of Black grassroots organizations, fuck out of here. So if y'all wasn't informed, Jay-Z didn't do anything but take a big check to try and lure niggas back in. Apparently, it worked. As Black people, y'all tell me something. What's wrong with having locks? How do locks on Black boys' heads somehow hold them back from jobs unless you're playing into the racist stereotype that Black people, we've been dealing with this for forever. But see, those of you that don't want to be conscious, because I had a bitch tell me in my comment section, oh, it's always a woke nigga that want to ruin everything for everybody else. Just relax. Go ahead and be a happy sleep slave. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You do that. Because when we burn this bitch down, you might get burnt down with it while you sleeping in your little slave quarters when we get to doing shit. So you can sleep if you want. I don't give a fuck about your sleep. This country has forever talked about black people's hair, their styles. What said? Shit, they just fucking passed the law talking about black women can wear their hair. The fact that in the 20 years of the decade that we're in, that there are still laws being passed about children and black people being able to wear their own hair. Did we not just talk a couple years ago about schools? Their dress code stating that certain hairstyles could not be worn. Do y'all remember that video that I did? And all of the hairstyles that they said couldn't be worn seemed to be hairstyles worn by black people, girls and boys. So you tell me that Jay-Z got in partnership with the NFL and that they gave money to grassroots to make amends? That's not true. That's not true. See, they said they were going to do this and they showed you one organization. Why didn't they publicize all the people they gave money to? Let us see who you gave the money to. Let black people tell you if those were grassroots or not, because we don't know none of them organizations. We ain't heard of none of them motherfuckers. They not grassroots around here. But y'all say that made it better. You know what I find ironic too? And I'm trying not to go down these rabbit holes, but every time you say one thing, you see another. Have you ever noticed, like when the Jews, like when Nick Cannon fucked up, they made him donate money? Didn't he donate like so much of his salary from his show to get it back for the whole year to the goddamn organization to help Jews? You do know that when they give that money, right, to the organizations for other people, they make sure that it goes to real organizations that they choose. They actually tell them where they're going to send their money. They don't get to choose which ones they do. And then when they try and act like they're giving us some money to do the same thing to make amends for they problems that they done caused, and they want to make shit right, why is it that they always tell us who they go give the money to, and then they always pick these fucking whitewashed organizations that have nothing to do with us? Just throw that out there. So you don't get to come tell me that Jay-Z did anything. First of all, Jay-Z sold black people out. They went and got Jay-Z. They gave him a very big bag, which was crazy because you could have actually just given Colin Kaepernick his job back and stopped playing like he was playing. Black folks would have felt that that was a gesture. You could have admitted where y'all was wrong. You could have actually given some money to support the families that have been murdered by police brutality. And we would have done the same thing. Been like, okay, maybe they making amends. And you could have brought black people back by doing the right fucking thing. They could have just done the right thing. But instead, you're going to give all of that money to Jay-Z to have Jay-Z come and tell black folks that we supposed to be good. So because he's saying now we supposed to listen to him. And look at where we are now. Look, we got Super Bowls with halftimes drenched in nothing but blackness, and everybody was loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba in this bitch, huh? How easily we forget, y'all. I want you to understand that this is why we do not have anything. We do not ride anything the fuck out. We do not see it to the end. We do not make our motherfucking enemies feel the lack of whatever it is that we take away. We don't make them have to sit and stew in the shit that we put on them. We are so quick to give up before you ever reach the finish line. This is why we don't have nothing. This is why we can't get nowhere, because we some of the weakest fucking soldiers when it comes time to fight on our behalf. And we just forgot. Snoop Dogg up there smoking weed. That shit not cute. I smoke weed, but when you see me online smoking weed in front of y'all, let me tell you something. For as much weed as I smoke, I still don't smoke weed till my job is done. I'll tell somebody in a minute that know me, I got to go live. I got work to do. I'll do that shit later. I guess it's cute to show this nigga in his old cripped up outfit smoking weed, crip walking, right. Crip walking. That shit is cute. Y'all was loving that shit, huh? Y'all was crip walking with him, huh? Y'all was all over the place in the living. Go ahead, West Side. That's what y'all was doing. Done played your motherfucking self and did that old cooning ass tap dance, didn't you? And people keep bringing up the fact that these entertainers were not paid. That makes it even worse. You ain't even sell us out for a bag, bitch. You just sold us out to be seen. Them being paid or not being paid ain't got a motherfucking thing to do with it. Why are you there? The fact that they ain't get paid make them motherfuckers look worse. Snoop Dogg, we already know who you is, nigga. You in commercials in fucking Germany and shit. Mary J, we know who you is with that little dance you do. You've been doing for motherfucking 25 years. We know who you are. We didn't need you to come and revamp yourself in front of that screen for free. We already know you. It's bad when niggas sell out everybody else for free. Damn, y'all ain't even get an extra piece of cornbread. This is saddening. This makes it even worse. You niggas didn't even get an extra piece of cornbread for this? Boy, I don't understand. And Black folks just watched it and they got happy and everybody just forgot about what we were supposed to do. And I think the saddest thing is that this country knows all they got to do. We always talking about it's a distraction. It's a distraction. The real distractions, we don't see them for what they are. We don't. The real distractions, we run right to them and help to distract everybody else. Y'all wonder why we can't get nowhere. This is why we can't get nowhere. You know what I find really interesting is and disrespectful, y'all. How many of y'all know that in the past week, maybe 2 weeks, how many of y'all know who Amir is? Let me show you how even more fucked up this whole situation is with the Super Bowl. If you watch the Super Bowl and you know about the Super Bowl, do you know who Amir is? See, this is the reason that Colin was kneeling, motherfuckers. This is the reason. For those of you that don't know. So it's funny how we demand shit, and before we even get what we demand, we're so quick to take our foot off people's neck and keep running. So stop talking to me. I can't stand the people talking about woke folks always want to ruin everything for everybody else. Shut the fuck up. Because when your sleep ass get shot on your motherfucking couch, minding your business, not in the wrong, then all of a sudden you're going to want all the woke people to show the fuck up for you. I think it is a slap in the face. If anything is a distraction, the fucking NFL was a distraction for y'all. This fucking Super Bowl was a distraction for everybody. Instead of focusing on the fact that once again, police done killed another Black person. See, that's the bigger picture here. It wasn't about Colin. It was about what he was representing. So in the same goddamn within 14 days of y'all prancing and dancing and crip motherfucking walking, Megan Thee Stallion up there with her ass all out in her fuck me dress. Every goddamn star you could think of was in that bitch just a chilling. And I thought COVID was going on. Where the fuck is everybody mask? I mean, that's just a side note. Like, the government just always be lying. So where was the mask mandates at the goddamn Super Bowl? Because nobody had none on. Amir is a Black boy that was just shot in his apartment or his whatever apartment it was, but it was a no-knock warrant. They just open up the door, come in. This boy is underneath the covers sleeping. He does pick up his gun that he legally owns, and I'm tired of that motherfucking conversation of he had a gun or we ain't got guns. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a shucking, jiving, buck dancing fucking nigga for the master on the goddamn plantation. It is your right to carry a gun just like anybody else's. And it is my right to bust 50 fucking holes in your back and in your face and in your neck, bitch, if you threaten my life. Just like every fucking other cracker and non-Black person walking around in this country practicing their Second Amendment right. Black people sound crazy trying to act like we can't have legal firearms. Matter of fact, as hard as this country goes to try and keep Black people from getting legal, that's the key word, legal firearms, all of you that can own them, you should own them in a stance for all the Black folks that get played out of that fucking right. Do you know if you have a felony, you can't own a legal firearm? Not a violent felony. Any felony. We talked about that the other night. So wait a minute. You can have a felony for some dumb shit that ain't violent. Again, writing bad checks, and now you're not allowed to practice your Second Amendment right. And you can get it back. You can expunge your record. You can pay fees and fines to get it all back, which says to me, you are making me pay for my fucking constitutional right. That has nothing to do with the crime I committed because I didn't use a gun during this crime. It wasn't a violent crime. Why are you keeping me from practicing my Second Amendment right? But you want me to pay you to get my right back? If that ain't some slavery shit, I got to pay you for my constitutional right? Come on, y'all. This boy got a legal gun. Crazy thing is that when they did a steal of him and he picks up the gun, he has his hand not on the trigger, but on the side of the gun. He is holding it in a safety stance. He is not holding it like I'm getting ready to bust a nigga a bullet in their ass. But if he did, how many of y'all don't understand that? If you are in the middle of your sleep, one thing I noticed about the video is that the police unlock the door and they say police, and they say this. They say it as soon as they walk through the door. He's actually sleeping. So he doesn't even wake up at long past. He doesn't hear anybody say police. He doesn't hear any of that. He just knows there's a gang of motherfuckers all around him screaming and yelling with guns in their hand, and he's been startled out of his sleep. So we got another Breonna Taylor case that, let me mind you, there was no justice in. And just another side note in this rabbit hole, that bitch named motherfucking Tamika Mallory and my son that claimed they fighting so much for motherfucking no-knock warrants and the fucking rights for people in this country. That bitch will put me on a fuck me dress and bring fucking my son and stand next to him. Had she been offered to give a speech at the Super Bowl, you know where the fuck she'd be? At the Super Bowl. That's just a side note for those who claim they fighting for our freedom. Sometimes you got to be willing to tell certain entities, I don't need that limelight. I don't need you to acknowledge me. I'm not going to let you use me to persuade my people. Sometimes it's okay to say no to a bag. And in this case, there wasn't even no fucking bag. Are y'all serious? It's okay to say no. It's called integrity. It's called standing in what you say that you stand for. So within 14 days before this theatrical coon dancing Super Bowl of well-examined slaves that need to run fast, entertain the masses, catch these balls, and we'll give you a shiny trophy. Except this one goes on your finger. We love that shiny shit, don't we? Within that same 2 weeks, the very reason that we were supposed to be boycotting the NFL, the very reason we weren't supposed to be standing with them, is in our face again right now. But for the ones that don't want to be woke and who say we're ruining it for everybody, I think it's really fucked up that you're so focused on this Super Bowl, but most of y'all screaming that don't even know Amir's name. And if you went past his story a week ago, if you saw his shit a couple of days ago, you just kept on scrolling past. It didn't sit within your spirit enough that you said this some bullshit, and this is why the fuck Colin was kneeling, and this is why we're not going to participate in this. Right. And during Black History Month, thank you, Opinions in 3DD. Thank you. Let's not go into, I told you it's a big ass rabbit hole. We could be here all night. All the disrespect that has been coming out during Black History Month. You niggas can't even hold your racist ass disrespect in this one little funky ass month that we got. There's really some bullshit to me. But at the end of the day, all the disrespect. Y'all niggas can't not show your racism for 28 days? The fuck? Y'all killing people in their house with no-knock warrants. Y'all cooning at the goddamn Super Bowl. Joe Rogan calling people niggas and saying we look like the Planet of the Apes. Damn it, we only 14 days in. What they finna do next? We don't stick with nothing. We don't hold out. Let me tell y'all something too, is that this is a big reason why individually, if you are one of the people that are in this chat and you knew these conversations, you heard me when I said them years ago, you were privy to all of this and you still enjoyed the Super Bowl. You tuned in to the halftime and said, fuck the game, but I got to see my favorite stars. You're part of the problem. I guarantee you, anybody who feels that way, you don't succeed at much else in your life. Because just like the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it's all relevant. It's called delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. Do you know how to wait to get to the thing you waiting on? Do you know how to wait? You want to enjoy yourselves. We want to celebrate. We want to have a big ass concert. We want to shuck and jive and we want to dance. Well, why don't we obtain a victory in something first? Then you can do that all you want. Delay that shit. Delayed gratification. It's the reason a lot of y'all won't succeed at business. You won't be no entrepreneurs. You won't do a lot of these things because you don't know how to delay your gratification. So you want a Gucci belt now, but you live in the ghetto. You could have started your business with the money you spent on that Gucci belt and them fucking Dior's. But you want it now. That's why you never have nothing. Because delayed gratification says, I'll wear these cheap shits right now till I get to where the fuck I'm going. Because when I get to where I'm going, then I can wear all the name brands that I want. But right now, I'm going to sacrifice. See, once we get on the other end of freedom, we can celebrate all we want. But for right now, goddamn, can we sacrifice the approval of everybody else? Can we sacrifice fucking saying that we about something when really we hold no power? We just got a lot of words. But in action, Black folks don't have any power in this country. Get some power. Then you can crip walk, Snoop. Because you're not running shit. Not even the fucking corners that you ganged bang on, you old ass nigga. You didn't own them either. Let's talk about something else, y'all, that we could look at in this rabbit hole. Let's talk about when white boys kneel. How many of you think that it's admirable of fucking what is his name? Come on with the white boy. He from Detroit. I should know his Eminem. How many of y'all thought that that was so wonderful for him to do? Let's talk about when white boys kneel. How many of y'all thought that that was dope of him? How many? His kneeling didn't move me. I didn't care that the cracker wanted to get on a knee. And yes, we're both from Detroit. He's still a cracker. If you're from Detroit, you understand the 8 Mile's crackers. He comes from Crackerland. You cross over a certain line. Those are the trailer park white people. You go back over this way, it's the Black people, okay? So yeah, we both from Detroit, but he's still a cracker. We're not giving him a pass, okay? You might want to, but I don't. First of all, I think it's funny because everybody want to talk about him kneeling. Now, I could be wrong, but I heard that he only kneeled. He asked if he could kneel before he kneeled. They told him no. He did it anyway. But my understanding is his kneeling was in honor of Tupac being dead. It wasn't about police brutality or racism. It was because he wanted to kneel and honor Tupac's name. That's why he did it. And y'all out here, for those of y'all that are, y'all praising him like, oh, he's the real VIP. He's the real MVP, whatever the fuck. He the GOAT. He did this. He did that. Because the white boy kneeled. Wow. Y'all didn't honor Colin's kneeling. Here we are a couple of years later, and y'all done forgot about the sacrifice that Colin put in. But here you are praising the white boy. The white boy who I might want to point out, y'all, what y'all think finna happen to him? Just like when you watch Whoopi and you saw how she was treated for what they say was her misspeaking on what she was talking about versus when you look at the Joe Rogan situation. Completely different treatment. So you think they're going to cancel the white boy? Think white boy's getting canceled? Tell me. I know everybody is so happy. Oh, I can't believe it. Let me tell you the irony in that. Like, Black people is so happy that he kneeled, thinking he kneeled to show protest. But if you thought that's what he was doing, and you're like, this white boy is kneeling, somewhere in your mind, now walk with me, y'all, it didn't refresh your memory that these niggas is racist and we supposed to be boycotting them because Eminem kneeling should have reminded you of Colin, and Colin's kneeling should have reminded you of why the fuck we're boycotting them in the first place. And then it should have brought you back to Amir's death that just happened a couple of weeks ago in this country by the same thing Colin was kneeling for. Am I asking too much? Because my brain connects that way. Do other people's not? You give white boys a prop for doing something that should have reminded you why you shouldn't have even been watching, why you shouldn't have even been there. That's crazy to me. You know what else make black people look like some suckers? See, the white boy not gonna get treated like the black people do. He's not. They're gonna talk about him on social media for a minute. Most of the commentary is gonna come from black people who are praising him, right? Because again, whenever white people say it, white is right. I could say the same shit all day long. So could other black people. And then as soon as a white person say it, y'all be like, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Because, you think white people are the biggest liars. Like, they stole history. They steal everybody's shit. They revamp it and make it their own. They're the biggest liars in the world. But for some reason, when white people talk, like, we just believe that they are telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So thank you, God, for these white saviors. Like, this is what we believe. So again, I don't understand if you're praising him for kneeling and you thought that he was kneeling over racism, why that didn't remind you of why the fuck you shouldn't have been there. Right? 2, if he was kneeling for the racism and the shit that's been happening to everybody in this country when it comes to black people and the police, why the niggas didn't kneel with him? I mean, if that's what he was doing. If that's what he was doing. Like, black folks came out there, Snoop getting his smoke on, he crip walking in, you know what I'm saying? Here come Dr. Dre and shit, playing his whatever, his piano from back in the day. Like I said, everybody enjoyed it. And you know what I heard black people saying? And they said that the black people ran the Super Bowl show because they was told to do a lot of stuff. Like, Snoop Dogg was told that he couldn't wear a blue rag in his pocket, so he just wore a whole blue bandana suit. They said that Eminem was told he could not kneel, but he did it anyway. What else they said? It was a couple of things they said that black people were told not to do. And of course, they included Eminem, even though he's not black, but they put it out there, okay? And they said that they did it, and they was like, that's right, we run this shit. We got power. We have an illusion of power, and I don't understand how that shit pacifies us all the time. Like, that shit is stupid because it's not real power. But don't you think that instead of disobeying the flag rule or disobeying the this and the that, don't you think that if they thought that what Eminem did was so great, how come they didn't all kneel? Like, how dope would that be? Right? I mean, if you're gonna go ahead and go into Master's motherfucking goddamn camp, and you're gonna go ahead and show out and entertain and everything else, like, if y'all so honored by what he did, how come all the black entertainers, how come in the mid, instead of Mary J. Blige falling the fuck out on the stage and everybody talking about it, right, on Instagram, the way she fell out at the end of her performance, how come she didn't take a knee? How come she ain't her ass right down onto one motherfucking knee? How come she didn't do that? How come Snoop didn't get on a knee? How come they all didn't get on a knee? Because, see, once you out there, since you was going to go ahead and disobey the rules, you ain't getting paid for this shit. Everybody should have hit a knee. But nobody hit the knee. The white boy hit the knee. Black people didn't jog nothing in their mind to say, we fighting, against police brutality, and this knee thing should have reminded them. They just stayed on their feet. They never got on their knee. And now we praising the white boy for doing some shit that black folks should have done, and they shouldn't have been there in the first place. We confused as fuck, y'all. This is a big old rabbit hole that when you go down, it bring out so much shit. Let me bring up one more thing before I get out of here tonight, right? Y'all like this video, share this video, subscribe if you have not, hit that notification bell, so when YouTube's not a hater, they will tell you that I'm live, right? How many of you saw Jim Jones and Jim Jones comment on how black people are more racist than even white people? He's upset because he's in Gucci. How many of y'all think that? He's in Gucci and he's upset because, he's been sitting for 2 hours in VIP and they ain't brought him no sparkling water and they ain't gave him nothing because he about to spend the bag, $27,000 bag in there. All of the non-black people ignore him. They go back in the back and get a black man and bring the black man out because he wants to talk to somebody. He gets upset at the black man. He says that the black man is more racist than everybody else. But how is that? You know, I find it real funny that Jim Jones didn't have any motherfucking smoke for anybody but the black guy in the store. But before they went and brought the black guy out, you claim you were sitting there for 2 hours, letting these crackers just pass you by. They just keep passing me by. And you ain't got your sparkling water, bruh. Why you let the white folks do you like that? And you ain't got no smoke for them. But as soon as the black man come out, that's where your aggression goes. Jim Jones, shut the fuck up and go tongue kiss your mother again, my nigga. Something's wrong with you. And it probably started when your mother was molesting you and slobbing you down with her tongue. Because that's some sick shit. You tried to come back and say you was playing the next day. But when people are raised like that, then you start to wonder why they do dumb shit like you do. Because I'm not never teaching none of my sons how to tongue kiss because they need to know. I'm going to let the girl that they start experimenting with that with, they can learn how to tongue kiss together, right? I'm not going to have nothing to do with that. What's wrong with you and your fucking mama? But let me point out something else because this does have something to do with this conversation. I thought we was fucking boycotting Gucci. Don't Jim Jones got a clothing line of his own? Who the fuck sits in a store for 2 hours to buy some shit? And nobody says anything to them. If I go into a store and I'm sitting there for 10 minutes and ain't nobody said nothing to me, let it be Foot Locker, nigga, I'm leaving. Fuck these sneakers. Bitch, you see me sitting here? Can I get some help in this bitch? And you ignoring me? I don't give a fuck if it's Foot Locker, bitch, I'm leaving. Who sits for 2 hours? Then I laugh because niggas act like they ain't never had no money. He talking about, and we in here spending a big bag, $27,000. Nigga, this is Gucci. For all you know, that might have been the littlest bag spent in that store that day. Why do Jim Jones think that he the richest person in there? The fact is that it's Gucci. So how do you know the other people that were in there weren't spending $100,000, $200,000? Maybe they were spending $500,000, and maybe that's why the fuck you had to wait, because $26,000 is not a big bag in a store like Gucci, motherfucker. But I thought we were boycotting Gucci. Now, if you're a broke Negro, you don't have much Gucci to be boycotting. Although some of y'all have Gucci belts and you live in the ghetto, I'm going to keep saying that. They not knockoffs. They real. I don't know what's wrong with you. If you live in the ghetto, you should not have a Gucci belt. At all. At all. At all. But when we talk about boycotting Gucci, remember T.I. said that shit? Are we going to boycott them? Y'all the niggas that spend your money in Gucci. All of these video vixen bitches, Sweetie, what the fuck all these hoes' names is? Megan Thee Stallion, right? Jim Jones. Y'all the ones in here giving Gucci all your money. So the people who got to boycott Gucci is all of the superstars, because y'all the ones giving them y'all money. I don't wear Gucci. I wear leggings and hoodies. You see me? Y'all probably be talking about me. Mechee ain't got no money. Look, I don't know what that is about me, but I don't care to spend my money in clothes. I got a little GMC in my driveway. I don't need a Lambo. And no matter how much money I get, those things have never been appealing to me. But we don't give a fuck about the Gucci. They give a fuck about the Gucci. So I thought we was boycotting. Instead, he went somewhere that black people should not supposed to be spending their money, and he crying. But I thought it was really interesting that how all the white people passed him up, and then he had all the smoke for the black man. Did you see how he put him on camera? He's just a fat black man sitting back there looking like, damn, I just want to go home. He ain't here doing his job. He don't get paid money like you. They don't pay him enough to deal with your bullshit and all of you egotistical fucking superstars who come in there thinking that the world belongs to you. Because you came from the hood, so now you a nigga with some money, you want to demean everybody else. But I'm going to tell you again, you know what Jim Jones proved? What I say all the time. Black people don't have any power in this country. So what we like to do is exert power over each other. Black men want to check other black men. because they don't go about checking other races of men, right? Black women and black men want to check each other. Black men want us to be submissive to them. Black women say, I don't need no nigga, I want to be independent. See, we fight for power, but we fight for power amongst each other, instead of fighting for power together as a collective so that we can have power with or over the people who keep power on our head. So Jim Jones had all the smoke for that black man. Although you didn't see that black man for a quarter to your mouth, nigga, you ain't see him for 2 hours. So you didn't have that kind of smoke. You didn't turn on a camera and tell them how the crackers wasn't paying you no attention. You didn't tell them how racist Gucci was. You ain't want to say niggas shouldn't come in here no more. This some racist ass shit. I've been in here for 2 hours and look, none of these crackers. Look at the bitch right there. She ain't paid me no attention. Where my sparkling water, Tom? You didn't put any of these white people on front, but you get loud with the black man. I'm gonna need Jim Jones to shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down, because you wasn't supposed to be in Gucci anyway. I thought we was boycotting Gucci for making blackface clothing. But I'm finding out that a lot of black folks don't know history. Again, if you don't know where we came from, you're apt to repeat it or not understand when you're sitting in the shit right now. We boycotted Gucci for a reason, because Gucci was doing blackface shit. If you don't understand the history of blackface, maybe that's why the fuck you're not upset. If you don't understand the history of slavery and you don't understand where the NFL comes into play, how racist they are and how they've been a racist entity for forever, and how even their practices of how they determine who is going to play on the field being a very racist practice in itself. If you don't understand that, it's because you don't understand the history. You don't even think, black people don't even think that we are still enslaved in this country today. You will look and say, we are free because we are not on a plantation, that we don't have nobody cracking a whip on our back, so therefore we're not enslaved anymore. But see, that would be your mistake, because if you don't understand the history, you will not be able to see how the same entities from history that enslaved us still exist today. But if you don't understand them, you don't know that it exists today. If you don't know that the slave patrol existed, you don't know how to understand that they were the first police and how they morphed into the motherfucking police we see now. That's why it's racism in them. The FBI keep telling us that white supremacists have infiltrated the police force. No, baby. The white supremacists started the police force. They've always been the white supremacists. Niggas just decided to join them. But you don't understand the history. You don't understand the history of blackface. We don't understand the history of a lot of things. Even like people playing this game of why the hell, and don't none of y'all keep saying that shit to me. I hate all of y'all that say that to me. Yes, I hate you. I hate you. Don't say that shit to me no more. Asking me, why the fuck is black people, we say nigga and nobody else can say nigga. No, if you keep asking me that shit, I hate you, okay? If you really love me and was a fan, I hate you now. I hope it hurts your feelings and you get off my channel. If you understand the history of the word nigga, then you understand why non-black people can't use it. And if you understood a little deeper something called psychology, let me explain this to y'all. See, I've broken down. If you didn't see it, you can go over to my Instagram. You can go to Z-Banger channel because it's over there too. Now, I broke down why other people cannot use the word nigga, but let me explain why black people use the word nigga. And I'm really getting tired of folks attacking those that were victimized by it. It's like y'all keep saying that if we don't stop saying it, we can't require anybody else to stop saying it. First of all, the word nigga was given to black people and they were called that all the time. How many of you call your children and people around you names like nicknames and they respond to it? You call people that for so long, it becomes conditioned in the mind of who they are. Let me explain something else to you too, since we're talking about Eminem and how everybody loves him. Do you remember the movie that he was in? And when he did the movie, do you remember the moment when he was on stage and he was in the rap battle? He's getting ready to battle against this dude, but to take the dude's fire away, what did he do? It's the same concept. Now, I'm not going to tell you that it works, but I'm telling you psychologically. I'm trying to get you to understand, since y'all don't, why the hell black people have taken on the word nigga and use it the way that they do. Well, in the movie, somebody said they didn't do it. They didn't see it. So in the movie, he's in this rap battle. He be battling and all the time on stage. And so he has his one shot. That's where that song from. You only get one shot. Do not miss your opportunity, whatever the fuck. Y'all know the song. So anyway, this dude be going in on him, and he got a fucked up ass mama. He live in a trailer park. The nigga ain't shit. He stank, or whatever the hell he got to say about him. And it's all facts, right? So the dude is getting ready to go in, but instead of letting this dude go in on him and point out all the negative stuff, which is actually a psychological tactic, you guys, if you're ever a public speaker, just throwing this out here. I told y'all we be going down these rabbit holes. If you're ever nervous about something and people are looking at you, address it before they do. You take the nervousness out of the situation, okay? So what he did was, his verse was, my mama's a this, I live in a trailer park, I stank, I A, B, C, D, F, G, wah. He threw out in his rap everything that dude could possibly say about him that was negative. So when he already threw it out there, he diffused the weapon that dude had to throw at him. He took the power away from it. Because now if you try and rap and tell everybody that's why your mother a crackhead and you live in a trailer park and you stank, boy, when you try and do that, the audience is not receiving, and it's not really as good of a comeback as you thought it was, because I already took the fire away from where you were going by telling them myself. Do you understand that psychological concept? Human beings do this all the time, not just Black people. Okay? Well, when Black people being called niggas for so long, first of all, it was something that they were always called. And when you're on the plantation, I'm sure that they was probably made to call each other that shit. They was given names that didn't belong to them. So that was something that Black people were called by, but also something they were told to call each other by. So just because they let Black people off the plantation, what happens is, right, these are called traditions. How many of you do some shit in your family and you don't know why you do it? You just do it because your mama did it, your mama did it, and her mama did it. You don't even know why you do it. Well, from the plantation, we brought plenty of that shit with us, even to the point where they have said that the trauma is in our DNA and that it will come out of us even if we were not on the damn plantation, which can be true. These are facts. So go look up psychology. You can actually have personality traits that are in your DNA from people you have never known. You can have a child with somebody's sisters and they never meet their father, and that child start acting like they daddy. The demeanor, the way they talk, the way they walk is just like their father, and they never met them a day in their life. Personality is passed down through DNA. So all of the trauma from slavery has been passed down in the DNA. Now go somewhere, follow me. No, don't nobody say no dumb shit. So you trying to say we call each other nigga because in our DNA? No, follow me here. So when you get off the plantation, they let you free, but you are still, what do Black people have to grab onto? All they are is a product of where they came from. They don't have anything else to grasp on. Even when they left and they was free, they still didn't have their names. They didn't have their culture. They didn't have anything else. That's all they knew they was a nigga. That's all they've ever been called. That's all they ever been saying all this time. They don't know. You wanted them to switch out nigga for what? For what? There was nothing else to grab onto because that's all that they knew. So now, instead of using it in a way, I imagine when Master used to call everybody niggas, right? If you said the word nigga to each other, it was kind of it not being so shocking. Like we say nigga too, it take the sting out of it. So that's part of why they did it, just like with Eminem. Now, I'm not saying they had a conscious thought to do it. This is also a subconscious thing that we do sometimes. People will subconsciously, as a psychological defense mechanism, they will actually embrace the thing that is being used against them when they don't know how to defeat it, because that's their way of trying to defeat it. It diffuses some of the power in it. If when you say it, I don't allow it to make me so upset, or if the word means less, or we don't act like it bothers us that much, and we'll go ahead and use it, it kind of takes away the power from you. So when you call us a nigga, you'll see it don't sting so much. So therefore, you don't have that much power over us. Does everybody understand that? That is a psychological thing. And then the word nigga has just been brought up in our communities for so long that this is something that is being used. Now, should we get away from the word? We should get away from a lot of shit. Yes, we should. We should get away from a lot of shit that we do. But before you ever try and demean Black people for that word and try and compare it to when other people use it, it's not the fucking same. And you don't get to talk about and victimize the victims of the situation and tell them about why they do what they do. Black people using the word nigga is not the same thing as everybody else using it. And somebody said, that we shouldn't, right? So why don't we stop victimizing, going off on the victims of this word? Maybe we haven't wrapped our heads around the right way to take the sting out of it or the right way to deal with it, right? But at the same time, until we get there, after everything that has happened to us in this country, I think it makes sense to understand why we are where we are, why we use the word, why we do a lot of what we do. So calm down and don't be so hard on your goddamn people. It is a difference. See, because when I say nigga to you, and I'm like, these niggas, and I say a nigga, and you call somebody a nigga, it's not the same thing. Because I don't hold any power over another Black person. I don't hold any power over anything in this country. Like I said earlier on my Instagram Live, when other people, especially white people, say nigga, there is oppressive power behind that word. And we are still being oppressed today. Now, I don't know how much us gravitating towards the word and it just becoming something that we do. That's a conditioning thing. Understand psychology. It'll be the best thing you've ever done for your understanding of where we are and even everything else you do in life. Learn some psychology. I promise y'all, right? Now, I don't think that saying it actually took the sting out of it, and because we still get offended when everybody else does it. So it really didn't work like the technique worked for Eminem in the movie. But that's the thought process behind it, right, y'all? So let's understand that. Let's understand this too. We're still oppressed. So when people say nigga today, right, it is very much a word that carries a lot of oppressive power still today. So when somebody that isn't Black is saying that to us, I think it still stings, because the bottom line is it still is something that holds power over us, because we are still enslaved. And we are still treated as the niggas in this country. Okay? So let me tell you something else, then I'm going to get out of here, that I said on my Instagram about it, if you did not watch it. We're upset by that word because of the power that is held behind it. When this country decides to give us reparations, now reparations is the repair of what you have damaged. It's not just a check, y'all. It's the repair of what you damaged. So when we get reparations, that will put us on a more even playing field in this country, that will give us some power. We'll have some land. We'll have some structures. We'll have some businesses. We'll have plenty of things that they have taken from us that we will be able to build our own and have the things we have. Then that will give us power in this country. For everybody that has power in this country, they have all of those things. We have none of that. So when we get our reparations and we are in a place of power in this country, because we will hold some power just like other people hold power. We don't have to have ultimate power over everybody. See, that would be racism, right? Like white people want to do. We just need power of our own. Every group has some power. We need our own power. And reparations will put us in a position to have some power, to call some shots, to do some things in this country. I guarantee you that if Black people were put in that position, that word nigga wouldn't sting as much, and we probably wouldn't give a fuck who used it then. See, remember, we've paid the price to use it. We've paid the price. We're paying the price. So tell this fucking country to pay the price. Give us our reparations so that we can have our power in this country too. And then your word won't have any power behind it anymore, right? Just like me calling somebody a white boy or a cracker. It's just a word to them. It don't bother them because there's no oppressive power behind that word. And somebody said, no, wait, hold on. See, I was finna go. I'm tired, but I got a few minutes to cut some motherfucker out. So somebody, look, she tripping, a handout ain't doing jack. Tada, shut the fuck up. I can't stand people like you. If you Black, leave. I don't love every Black person. See, you're what I would call a nigga. Nigga, I don't like people like you. Get out of my chat and get off my page. A handout? You sound like a dumb nigga. You really do. A handout? So giving black people reparations is a handout. You don't even understand what reparations is, you dumbass motherfucker. Reparations is not just a check, you stupid motherfucker. It's not. Reparations is the repair of what you damaged. So it wouldn't just include a check. You should know that if reparations was just a check, the government would have been cut us a check. Because black people ain't going to do nothing but go give it right the fuck back to capitalism. That's all we're going to do. This country don't care about giving you a check. The problem is that with reparations means you have to admit what you've done. That's what the country got to do. They're going to have to do way more than just give us a check. And they don't want to go down that rabbit hole of everything they've done. Because the repairing is not just a check. It's not. It will be funds put to the side to build our own schooling, to build our own hospitals, because reparations will have to admit that y'all are biased in this country when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to schooling, and when it comes to the criminal justice system and everything. So you're going to have to revamp everything for us, or give us our own entities and set money aside for us to decide how we use that to build our fucking communities. A check directly in a black person's hand is the last thing fucking real reparations is. And if another motherfucker tell me it's a handout, you about dumb than a motherfucker. And I don't know how dumb a motherfucker is, but I imagine it's pretty fucking dumb, okay? Every race in this country and group of people have received reparations. So how is that a handout? You really, with your dumb ass, sit here and y'all think that white people got where they were by pulling themselves up by their bootstraps? Do you know when slavery was over, they got reparations for the slaves that they lost? Jews get reparations. LGBTQ ain't even been represented in this country for but a couple years, and them motherfuckers got reparations. What the fuck are you talking about? A handout ain't gonna do nothing. See, niggas get shot every day. Somebody shoot that nigga. See, y'all always murder the wrong niggas. Y'all murder the wrong ones. Start murdering the right ones if y'all gonna kill a motherfucker, okay? Because there's too many niggas who think with that mentality who are just dumb as fuck. What is a handout going to? I guess you just living life to the fullest and you don't need no help. That's how you're dumb. That's how you don't understand the history. That's how the fuck you don't understand that the way your life is has everything to do with the fact that you don't have reparations. Because reparations ain't a check, bitch. It's about fixing up that raggedy ass ghetto you live in, you dumbass motherfucker. Boy. It's a good thing that these conversations don't be in person, because I'd be ready to fight some of you motherfuckers. I really would. Y'all say the dumbest shit. We begging for handouts now? I gotta go. I'm tired, y'all. Y'all do me a favor. Like this video. Share this video. Subscribe if you have not. Hit that notification bell so when YouTube is not a hater, they'll let you know that I am live. We're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to talk about Amir and how he got shot in that apartment. But we're also going to talk about, if you haven't heard the case, you guys, did you hear about the UPS driver? Black guy coming to deliver packages and got fired on by white guys. Another Ahmaud Arbery. So I'll save it to tomorrow, but I'll give y'all this much to think about. This is why I don't give a fuck about checks, y'all. And I don't care about prison sentences, because even though they gave that white lady, 10 years for what she did to Ahmaud Arbery? I mean, not Ahmaud Arbery, them white guys got all of that stuff for what they did to Ahmaud Arbery. When I say that, I'm thinking of Botham Jean, how he got killed in his apartment by the white lady. So we can bring that in too, right? It doesn't change anything. That's what y'all don't understand. Them verdicts, I don't give a fuck. Them checks, I don't give a fuck. Somebody said it was FedEx. Okay, the FedEx driver. The bottom line is this stuff never stops. White people think that they can still just shoot at black people because, boy, you in the wrong neighborhood. Police think they can steady go in people's house and just, yes, we are at war. Yes, we are, Jay. And niggas want to coon and dance and shuck and jive at the fucking Super Bowl. But we at war and we the only niggas having a party like we not. You're right. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow, y'all. And about how none of these verdicts and none of this money going to change it. And if you know Mechee, we're going to talk about what's going to change it. And we can do a whole lot of building. But the day you fight fire with fire will be the day that you will find some victory in this country. Until then, there really is no other solution. So I don't know what the fuck y'all even be talking about. But we're going to talk about that tomorrow, y'all. If you have not, go over to my website, therealmecheex.com, you guys. Get in my email list. When you go over there, it's gonna pop up right away. If you're not in it, go ahead and put your name in the email list. You will get notified with an email every time I'm live, just in case YouTube does not send your notification out, you guys. Please remember to text the word MX Network to 484848 if you guys have not, right? So you can be notified when the network launches. It's coming in March. I'm excited, y'all. It's almost here, right? So y'all make sure that y'all get in that text list so we can go ahead and have these conversations uncensored, right? A place that they can't shut us down like this one. It's been a long time coming. I've really been waiting on this, and I'm excited for it, right? This is my baby, and it's coming in my birthday month. So y'all make sure that y'all get in that list. Last thing, you guys, I told y'all before, just quickly, the online business courses are going to be going away. Not because I ain't gonna get the information. I'm just gonna be giving it out on the network, right? But again, it's gonna take you longer to get it on the network because you're gonna have small segments of the information so it can be clear. It's not gonna be like in the class. The class, you can get it, it's to your access for forever, and you can watch it at your own pace, right? So it is on sale before it's gone. We're gonna have this for a little bit. But when it's gone, it's gone. So it is still on sale if y'all want to go over there and check that out. If not, then that's fine too. But make sure you get the list. If you don't want to do that, that's fine too. If you don't do that, like this video. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Right? Do whatever you want to do, because I know that's what the fuck I do. Whatever I want to do. With that said, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later.